Hey, it's Katie, and welcome back to my booktube channel. For today's video, I'll be doing my 5-star predictions. So I have 5 books here that I really think I'm going to love and will give 5 stars. But before I do that, I want to recap my last 5-star predictions. I finally finished all of those, and that's what inspired me to make a second part to the video. But I will link that one for you guys because I'm not going to give you guys like a synopsis of any of these books. I'm just going to kind of briefly tell you my thoughts about them. But the first one was To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. So I ended up giving this one 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time I did still enjoy reading this. It was really enjoyable writing, and pirate vibes are like my new favorite thing. I love books that give off pirate vibes, and so, you know, that part was really, really cool. I feel like I loved like the world building aspect to it, but I really thought this was going to be like a fantastic romance, and I feel like the romance actually took a backseat to the plot, so I was very disappointed in that, and that's kind of why I ended up not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. Next, I have Lore by Alexandra Bracken, and this one I loved. I gave this 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. All of the mythology was just so cool. I'm a sucker for a good book that involves mythology, and I thought it was really great because you didn't really have to come in with prior knowledge. There's little like charts and character guides in here to help you, and I thought that was really nice as well, and I think it did a really great job of bringing gods and goddesses into the modern world. Also, there's a ton of action, and it kind of gave me Hunger Games vibes to like an extent, so if you're looking for a book with some similar vibes, I definitely think you should try this one. After that, I read Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller, and this book is what made me fall in love with Trisha Levenseller's writing. I am obsessed with this. This is another one with pirate vibes, except this one I gave 5 stars. I didn't say that yet, but I gave this one 5 stars. I reread it like last week or something, and I gave it 5 stars again. It's one of my favorite like series, and it's just so good. I love all of the things that are like piratey about it. There's great banter, there's great action. It's just really great, and also getting to know like the crew in this book is so cool, and we also have like a phenomenal romance, and we have a badass heroine, and it's just all the things I love combined into one little book, and it's just great. You should definitely read this if you haven't already. The next one from my last 5-star predictions was another Trisha Levenseller book, and that was The Shadows Between Us, and I also really enjoyed this. I think I did give it 5 stars. But like right now, if I were to reevaluate it, I think it'd be like a 4 or 5-star book, but it was still really, really great. We have another badass heroine. That's like what Trisha Levenseller excels at. It's like great world building and really great heroines, and I always love reading about them. And this one was really cool because there's an interesting type of magic revolving around the Shadow King, and I didn't expect it to be that cool, so I really enjoyed that. I also really liked the romance element because it seemed like a slow burn, and they ended up being a power couple by the end, so I definitely enjoyed that. And then the last book that was part of my old 5-star predictions was Bonecryer's Moon by Catherine Purdy, and this is the last one that I got to on this list. I really did enjoy this. I gave it 4 stars. I thought the world building was really cool, especially when it came to like the Bonecryers, and it actually kind of gave me like some mythological vibes just with how rich like that whole part of the book was. There were so many details. I feel like we just kept learning more and more about it as the book went on, and I can't wait to read the sequel because I need to know what happens to these characters, and I really want to learn more about the Bonecryers. Also, this book gives me like forbidden romance vibes, so I really enjoyed that, and I am excited to see where the romance goes in the next one for sure. Okay, so that's the end of my recap, and now I will be telling you guys about 5 books that I think I will be giving 5 stars, and I'm just gonna get this first one out of the way because I've talked about it in pretty much every video, but it's Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and it's another book that takes place in the same world as her Caraval series, which you guys know I love, and it is just so exciting. It's coming out this month. I cannot believe it. I have 3 copies that I pre-ordered and I just want to read it so bad. But it's about Evangeline, who grew up in this curiosity shop, and she grew up hearing all these stories about different immortals, especially the Prince of Hearts, and hearing about how his kiss is worth dying for, and any bet that you make with him is basically like impossible. But then she ends up being told that the guy that she loves is going to be marrying somebody else, and she will do anything in her power to stop it. So she runs to go meet with the Prince of Hearts and asks him to stop the wedding. And he agrees to do this in exchange for 3 kisses. And after the first one, Evangeline realizes that he basically wants more than she bargained for. I'm just so excited. It sounds so great. Evangeline sounds so cool, and I love that there's elements of the Curiosity Shop. I can't wait to see what that's about. And also, it follows Jax, who is one of my favorite characters from Caraval, and I was really hoping we would get more from him, and I can't wait. The next book I'm pretty sure I will be giving 5 stars is another one I've talked about a lot, and that is Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco. And this is the sequel to Kingdom of the Wicked, which I'm sure you guys have heard about. I have a full review for that book on my channel, which I will also link for you guys. And I'm just so excited because Kingdom of the Wicked ended on like this huge cliffhanger. And I feel like it was very rude to end it like that and then make me wait so long. But it's finally here, and what's great is Kingdom of the Wicked was YA, but Kingdom of the Cursed is going to be new adult, and I think that's really cool because we'll get some more spice in there, and she's been posting little blurbs from the book on her Instagram, and it just makes me so much more excited. The little blurbs are so cool, and I just want to like read it so bad. It comes out, I think, the first week of October, so we are almost there. But that's another book that I pre-ordered, so hopefully it comes really close to the publication date because I cannot wait. After that, we have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I recently read my first Colleen Hoover book, which was It Ends With Us, and I will also link that for you guys below because I did do a full review, and I can't even put into words how much that affected me and how much I love that book. It literally like broke my heart and my soul, but it's so good. And I fell in love with Colleen Hoover's writing, and I definitely think I'm going to enjoy Ugly Love just as much. I've heard amazing things, and I already know I like her writing, so I have really high hopes for this one. So all I know about this book is that we have 2 characters, Tate and Miles, and they're not even considered friends, but there's this mutual attraction there, and so I think that they decide to be in like this casual relationship, kind of like, I want to say friends with benefits, but they're not friends. So definitely like just casual sex. So all I really know about this book is that we have Tate and Miles, who aren't even friends, but they have this mutual attraction for each other. So they end up agreeing to this no strings attached relationship. Miles doesn't really want a relationship, and Tate doesn't have time for one, so this is like the perfect arrangement for them, as long as Tate can follow Miles' 2 rules that he gave her, which are to never ask about the past and never expect a future. But then obviously emotions start to come into play, and it kind of just messes everything up. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of like drama and heartbreak and like confusion, but I'm totally here for it, and I know Colleen Hoover probably wrote like such an amazing book, and I just cannot wait to pick this one up, honestly. The next one is A Dance with the Fae Prince by Elise Kova, and I recently read A Deal with the Elf King and absolutely loved it. I have a full review of that as well. If you would like to check it out, I will link it for you guys. But I loved the world building so much, and the way she wrote her characters and the romance, it just sucked me in. I read it in one sitting, and this is a book that takes place in that same world, so I'm so excited to see more of the world building. And if I remember correctly, I think this is like influenced by Cinderella and also Psyche and Eros, I'm pretty sure. But I definitely check that. But I think that's really cool. It incorporates mythology and also like a Disney fairy tale that we all know and love. And I think that's really great. It's in the same world. I just loved her writing and her romance, and that's really all I need to know. It also incorporates fae, which I think the whole book community loves reading about. So all those things will combine to be a great book. And then the very last book that I think will be 5 stars is Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. If you couldn't tell from my recap, I'm obsessed with Trisha Levenseller's writing, and this is the last book that she has out right now that I have not read, so I really think I'm going to give this 5 stars. I'm pretty sure I've rated everything else I read by her 5 stars, so I really have high hopes for this, and it honestly sounds really cool. So this follows 18-year-old Razmira, who has been chosen as her father's heir, and she's basically trained her whole life to be a warrior in her village. But then her coming-of-age trial is sabotaged, and she fails her test, so her father banishes her to the monster-filled wilderness and gives her this impossible quest. To win back her honor, she must kill the oppressive god who claims tributes from her village each year or die trying. I think we're gonna get another badass heroine in this book. The world building sounds so cool, and it definitely sounds like we're going to get a ton of action, which I love. The synopsis doesn't really give any hints toward a romance, but I'm really hoping that we have one, or at least a really great friendship, because that's honestly my favorite part of books is romance. So I'm really holding out hope that this has it, and I just am so excited to have her last book. I really think this will be 5 stars. Alright, so those are all of my 5-star predictions. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you enjoyed them, because I would really love to talk to you guys about them. And also, let me know if you have any books that you think you're going to give 5 stars. I could always use some recommendations. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you do subscribe, please click the notification bell so you know when I upload next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.